of Parks, Recreation, and Culture for the City of Gaithersburg, and I want to welcome you to this dedication of Constitution Gardens, a park for all ages. A few introductions. We have with us today Ken Reichard from Senator Ben Cardin's office, Danielle Perry from Congressman Chris Van Hollen's office, Kevin Mack representing Congressman John Delaney's office, Maryland State Senator Cheryl Kagan, Mayor Judd Ashman, Vice President of the Council Ryan Spiegel, City Council members Kathy Driscoula, Mayor Harris, Henry Marafa, Michael Sesma, former Mayor and Montgomery County Council member Sidney Katz, City Manager Tony Tomasello, Deputy City Manager Dennis Enslinger, Maryland Recreation and Parks Association Executive Director Chuck Montree, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources Sandy Olick, and our Public of Information Director Britta Monaco. So you may ask, how did this come about?
How did this come about?
We're enjoying the weather.
So in 2013, Sandy Olick conducted a workshop for the Maryland Recreation and Park Association on the concept of natural play spaces. The idea of connecting children to nature was intriguing, and with Gaithersburg's focus on sustainability, the environment, and being a tree city, staff thought such a park would be a wonderful addition. A few months later, the opportunity presented itself when City Council member Kathy Driscoula proposed repurposing Constitution Gardens to make it more child-friendly for the children living and participating in the daycares in the surrounding neighborhood. Thank you, Kathy. It turned out that this site was perfect location for a natural play space. The Constitution Gardens Ad Hoc Committee was formed under the direction of Adam Newhart, the incredible project manager for this site. Thank you, Adam. This park is the first natural play space in a municipal setting in the state of Maryland. Placing Gaithersburg again, once again on the map as a trendsetter. This space is thoughtfully designed to integrate natural components into a space for structured and unstructured play and learning. It connects children with nature, helping them become future environmental stewards. Intellectual and emotional development. It also provides an opportunity for both physical and creative play, supporting physical, intellectual, and emotional development. The evidence is staggering that we find studies that prove the importance of the role natural play has on our bodies, on our children, and in our cities. There are 5 activity areas that make up this park. The first is a walk in the park. The entrance to the park with a bubbling millstone fountain and native perennial flower beds has a spiral walk that leads to open lawn areas for picnics, musical performances. We want to thank Travis, who was an American Idol finalist for performing today. Speaking of performances, he will be playing again following our remarks. And our area also provides for reflection. There are swinging benches, there are 5 of those, an insect hotel, you'll want to check that out, and a large bird's nest, that's what that feature is, that are located here. The Lost Library Circle that we are in, designed in remembrance of Gaithersburg Lost Library to a fire on this site in 1981. This area will be perfect for storytelling. We want to thank the staff of Casey Community Center, Tot Time, for being here. They're going to be reading books today. That nicely ties into the city's growing reputation as a literary destination thanks to our annual book festival. There are 2 free lending libraries that are beautifully painted that are located here, one for youth and one for adults. Please feel free to take or leave a book. Logtown is right behind me. Did you know that this year Gaithersburg is celebrating the 250th anniversary of its founding? In 1765, it was known as Logtown. We've created an area for preschool children with a large natural and sand play area, edged in logs, log frame playhouses, and a favorite of the whole family, a push-button water source directing water down the log flume. So you want to do that. Sliding Hill is located right up here, and it is a stump scramble that takes users to the top of the hill where you can go ahead and race down the slides. And then the back portion of the park is entitled Great Seneca Creek Wild Space. There is a push-button pump to simulate Seneca Creek. Participants can hop along the stump path, crawl through the teepees, and climb the fallen tree and boulders. So we do have a postcard that's located here under our tents that has the layout and the description of the park. So please go ahead and pick one of those up. And we want to thank Britta Monaco, our wonderful public information director, for creating those. The majority of the park is ADA compliant. Staff and contractors work with Bill Botten, a neighbor of this park, and an ADA specialist. So Bill, we thank you. But what you didn't know is what makes this design truly sustainable are 2 rain gardens, a pollinator garden, 6 bioretention ponds, a contour trench drain, dense plantings and compost amended soil, and pervious paving. Under the large sand pit play area is a thick layer of gravel to filter runoff from the nearby paths and hillside back into the soil. Habitat features include the Insect Hotel, a mini nesting habitat for native and beneficial solitary insects. Native plantings include oak trees, shrubs, grasses, ferns, and perennial plantings. The majority of the play elements are recycled trees from the site. Constitution Gardens is a timelessly beautiful and functional marquee space that all ages will want to visit, experience, and enjoy for years to come. I would like to now introduce Mayor Judd Ashman, who also has a few words to share.
Well, good morning. My name's Judd Ashman, and I have the honor to serve as mayor of the greatest city of the world, Gaithersburg, Maryland. I wanted to acknowledge that we have one other dignitary, Jolie McCatherine, who is the mayor of Washington Grove. Welcome, Jolie. And just to add on to what Michelle said about the little free libraries that we have, I wanted to point out, and I've been saying to everybody who listened, it's important not just to leave a book, it's important to take one, because if we all just go and leave books, we're going to fill up those little boxes really, really quickly. The members of the City Council and I take great pleasure in days like today. I mean, this is the best kind of thing you can do as an elected official. It is incredibly rewarding, really it's beyond words, to see something like this, which is a one-of-a-kind thing and really celebrates Gaithersburg in numerous ways, and all of our values, they're all sort of represented here. It's so rewarding for us to see this go from concept to reality in just a few short years. And what a concept this was, embracing the city's commitment to both innovation and sustainability. Constitution Gardens harkens to Gaithersburg's past as we celebrate 250 years of history, and it symbolizes Gaithersburg's future as we incorporate the creative elements that will protect and enhance the environment for future generations. Michelle has already provided an overview of this wonderful new park and how it came to be. It's now my pleasure to acknowledge the people who gave it life. The original ad hoc Constitution Gardens committee members were the ones who established the vision for this park. They researched the park's history, explored community needs, discussed possible uses, and ultimately set us on the path that led us here today. Please join me in thanking, and I'm going to name a few and then we'll give them a round of applause, Carolyn Bondi, Robin Cushing, Jenny Gregory, Deanna Holford, Jolie McCatherine, Christina Pavlovic, Edie Searles, Dawn Studnars, and Barbara and Joseph Tolker. Let's give them a round of applause. Also serving on the committee were City Council Liaison Kathy Drisgua, Chair Adam Newhart, City staff members Trudy Schwartz, Jim McGuire, Mark Scafidi, and Officer Dan Lane. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to extend my thanks to the Gaithersburg Planning Commission, which reviewed the ad hoc committee's recommendations and allowed a plan to come before the City Council that was well thought out and achievable. The park was designed and constructed by several organizations that collectively called themselves the Seneca Creek Collaborative. They took our vision and ran with it, adding their expert guidance and insights along the way. Please join me in recognizing Jim Logan, Jeff Potter, Greg Potter, and Charles Kempner, and the entire team at J&G Landscape Design. Lauren Wheeler and Mary Spur of with Natural Resource Design, Inc. Nancy Stranisti and Julie Melier with Early Space LLC. And actually, that's a good idea. If I'm calling out your names, please raise your hand so we can all clap towards you. Don Becker, who carved the beautiful animals you see in Log Town. Jeff Mance, owner of Bent River Woodworks, and the residents of Cape on Bridge, West Virginia. Just about the whole town was involved in making the beautiful wood elements you see in the park. Please. It took many dedicated professionals from several city departments to help coordinate and manage this complex construction project and today's festivities. Please join me in recognizing, I'm going to name a few and we'll give them a round of applause at the end. Deputy City Manager Dennis Enslinger and Project Manager Adam Newhart, Public Works staff, especially Mark Scafidi and Charles Reed, staff from the Department of Parks, Recreation and Culture, Michelle Potter, Andy Rosati, Shelley Williams, Denise Kaiser, Maura Dinwiddie, Denise Mornini, Jake Person, and Nancy Wild, and staff from the city's Public Information Office who helped with marketing, promotion, and signage director Britta Monaco, and Amy McGuire, Maria Fullerton, and Chris Norris. Let's give them a great big round of applause. There are many others who had a hand in this park as well. We'd like to acknowledge Bill Botten, a specialist who consulted with staff and the design team to make the majority of the park accessible under the ADA. Zoe Wexler, a 7th grader at Montgomery Village Middle School and member of Girl Scout Troop 1879. Zoe has taken on the project of stocking and maintaining our free lending library with a goal, as she puts it, of putting a book in every kindergartner's desk.
Yeah.
Is Zoe here? Oh, Zoe. Hey, Zoe. Excellent. David Dayton, who is working on an Eagle Scout project to install birdhouses in the park by mid-October. Sandy Olick with the Maryland Department of Natural Resources for sharing natural play space initiatives. Debbie Stitley, manager of the Park Station Apartments right next door, for helping us recruit members for the ad hoc committee and for her enduring patience and that of the residents during the construction. Dan Landry with Pepco, the folks at Classic Auto Body here in Gaithersburg who reworked the main wrought iron arch and restored original library posts. Marty Kelly with Kelly Landscaping, who helped transplant existing trees before the construction started. David Kinderline with Velvet Touch Rose Care for lovingly planting more than 30 rose bushes, and David Post, a landscape architect who assisted with the drawings and renderings for the original presentations before the Planning Commission and the City Council. Let's give them all a great round of applause. And in advance, I would like to thank all those who will be patrons of the park, whether reading a book while enjoying a warm summer breeze, or building a sandcastle, or checking out who has checked out or who has checked into the Insect Motel, or we say hotel, or not, so it's a longer term stay, I guess, right? We get tax, hotel tax. Well done. Well done. Your involvement, our patrons, is helping to build a stronger community here. This will be a social place, one of creative play, contemplation, and exploration. You make new friends and stretch your mind, body, and soul, and most of all, interact with the natural world found right here in our own backyard in Gaithersburg. This will be a gem for the city. Let's give everyone a great round of applause. Now, before we get to our ribbon cutting, I wanted to introduce our wonderful, illustrious State Senator Cheryl Kagan, who's going to say a few words. Cheryl.
I just wanted to take a moment and congratulate everyone as well. I have to say that the other day I was speaking at a school, which is one of the really fun things that a senator gets to do if you make the time. And a student asked me how frustrating it was that when people don't work together and work for common goals. And I said, you know what, that's not the way it is at the local level. And Gaithersburg just always does it right. And this park unites attributes that normally you wouldn't see together. It's going to be fun, educational, and sustainable. That's a lot to celebrate. It's a beautiful job. I congratulate everybody. And I encourage all the young people to think about creative names for the 3 animals, because there's a contest, and it'd be fun to get a lot of entries and come up with good names for those beautifully carved wooden animals. So enjoy the day. I'll see you back here often. Thank you.
Thank you both, Mayor Judd Ashman and Senator Cheryl Kagan. So at this time, we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting. So Andy, we have a lot, so I was going to have it actually stretched over here now. Do you need the big roll? Do you have the roll? Yeah. We can go ahead and tie 2 pieces together. We have a lot of it, yeah. So we just want to bring it right over to the podium. And then behind the ribbon, I wanted to go ahead and get the Park Planning Ad Hoc Committee members, our elected officials, Bill Botten, our ADA specialist. Yep, come on, committee members. Adam Newhart, our project manager. City manager, deputy city manager. And then the Seneca Collaborative Group. So if you can go ahead and come on up here. It's going to be a tight squeeze. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring it all the way towards me. And go ahead and fill in the space, Henry, if you want to walk it this way. And then we have scissors.
You're on signature. So as many of us are on the picture as possible.
And then Britta, let us know when you're ready.
Sorry.
Okay, we need everyone to count down. 5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, if everyone can go ahead and make their way up to Logtown, we have 3 wooden carved animals that we're going to unveil next, and I need all the help of all the children. The children have to